filmed pretty much every step of the way. What was it like being filmed whilst doing this process?
Well, at first, I mean, it was fine. Obviously, I welcomed it all, and I welcomed it throughout the whole trip. I mean, it was my idea to get it to be filmed, but it does, even with that, at times you just can't be arsed with a camera in your face, even when it's your brother holding it. You just want to tell him all to off, but you can't do that because that would ruin the whole point of filming it all. You just get used to it and you give what you want to give, and sometimes they can film and you don't want to give anything, and you just got to let it happen.
It doesn't make you sound like male strippers at all.
2 saddles. No.
Saddle sore and no place to go. These are all great.
We came up with a couple that can't really say on a family campsite.
Right, just going to go for a wee, so we should just say bye now.
Well, ride off to the toilet then.
Oh, do you want the key?
Yeah, because that seal on the back.
Great. That'd be really lovely.
Big bird and seal on it there.
See you on the
Well, I won't see you then.
I don't actually ride on grass, but I'll push it away. See you on the ride.
So, the team have been going for 6 days now, barely any sleep, freezing cold conditions at night, and then powering ourselves with whatever caffeine we could find. Red Bull, coffee, it didn't matter, just anything to feel awake. And we had clearly started to lose our f***ing minds.
Off Scotland!
F*** off Scotland! No!
Reached my sanity limit.
What do you mean?
I actually genuinely don't know what you guys mean.
So yeah, so we powered along in the morning and got to Shieldaig, and had lunch, and they had their sort of, I guess, local fete, would you call it, going on. So they had that, so we sort of had lunch watching what was happening and them setting up, which was really nice.
He's actually, you know, we got him when he was 4.
That's crazy.
We've had 6 boxers, but they're all from Scotland. He's a rescue dog. I forgot to say that.
You've been rescued, buddy.
Tristan said, did you tell him he was rescued? I said, I forgot because you've had him that long.
Aww.
Yeah. So one rescue dog helping another one.
Yeah. Thank you, Bilko. See you later, guys.
This was an interesting one. Euan was powering along this one, absolutely nailing it through so we took the coastal route. And then we powered on, and Euan was absolutely gunning it at this point along the coastal road, flying along.
Definitely midway through I was in my zone. I think there was one part we had a choice. We could go through a mountain pass, which was like 13 miles to Lochcarron, or 41 miles around the coast, which, seeing those signs, was unbelievably depressing. But once we got into that coast road, you know, we spoke to so many people in the shops along the way, like, you know, which is the best way to go, and obviously we needed to make 500 miles, so we had to go that long way, which at the time seemed like a horrible task when you just want to get to the campsite. But yeah, I've actually loved that coastal route. Even the ups and the downs, I just found an extra ounce of cyclists' energy. And I was just, in my head, I was in a race. It was a rally. I don't know, I was trying to do each stage like I was being timed, powering through. Felt for a brief moment like a real cyclist, a pro.
And then we hit Applecross and looked up, and there's this great big hill.
There was some sort of annoyance between car and cyclists on the single track roads where there's passing places specifically there so you can pass and let people pass, to not hold people up. That's the whole point of them. So we couldn't really be filmed in some places because the camera crew would hold up cars and it would just be too difficult, I think. And actually on the single track downhill we were often quicker than cars were or could be.
We got to the top and there was just the most amazing view overlooking like the Isle of Skye.
So the highest elevation point we climbed to, which was well worth it. One of the hardest climbs I've ever done.
And then the ride back down the other side was unbelievable.
One of the most amazing downhills ever. Just, I mean, compared to going up, cycling up, and you have to move out of the way and the passing places for cars.
Going so much faster than all the cars.
The downhill is where cars move out of the way for you because you're coming through at speed, and it's just the best feeling, just at that speed. In fact, you're mostly on the brakes, especially through Applecross. Just holding on to the brakes for dear life, because otherwise you can probably reach 60 down there, which is frightening on a bike, to be honest. I mean, 40 is pretty quick. But yeah, that was just me and Ferg just enjoying downhill, which is great.
And just down these windy roads, which was really cool. That put us in a really, really good mood to just smash out the last 5 miles and get to Stock Carron, where we stayed in the wee campsite, which is a really cool town on the edge of the sea, on the edge of a sea loch. And what did we do? Oh, we met the very cool bartender who Euan got very friendly with over some whiskies. Yeah, and then stayed in the wee campsite.
Just after we got through Applecross, I felt something go in my bottom of my Achilles heel, which wasn't too much of a problem at the time. I think just the intense climb and then downhill, and then yeah, just a bit of a twinge in the bottom of my heel. Cycled to Loch Carron anyway with a bit of pain. Thought it might just wear off. Stayed the night in Loch Carron, which was really, really nice and amazing food at this really nice hotel. Very witty, sarcastic barman, which made it all the more interesting.